Yep.
Are we live?
Hello, guys. Are we live?
There we go.
Hey, yay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
11:11. Let the journey begin.
Yes. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And what a beautiful Saturday it is.
Lovely day outside. How's
Yes.
it, everyone? Hope you're holding up well.
And I know that, well, now here in South Africa it's 2:00 in the afternoon. Hope that you guys here in
How's it, Rian?
in the woods. Hello, Rion. Hello, Dubai. 4:00 in Dubai. Fantastic time. And hope that you guys are also having a fantastic day, sunny day, warm as usual. You guys are winter or summer on that side, by the way?
Going into summer. It's autumn. Should be autumn.
Spring.
Autumn for them.
Spring or
spring.
autumn?
Spring for them. It's autumn for us. Hello.
Hello, Maggie. Olá, Maggie. Tudo bem? Hello. So we are starting today a very informal conversation. And we chose a topic about relationships. Also,
Not ours.
We will keep that one for now.
Under wraps.
We will share some bits with you. It's creating a whole journey. So we want you to understand who are these guys and what is behind these cameras and what are behind these teachings and these stories and going around, and also open up a little bit more about who is Inesh and
Who is a lawyer.
Yes, and how to trust us on or entrust us on sharing your journey with us, or allowing us to share your journey with you. So we decided to create some sort of communication, and a little bit more creating this group that we can get a face-to-face and get to have a little bit of the energy of each other as human beings, as real people, as persons. And here in South Africa, we are stepping now, it's our second day?
Yeah, second day, level 4 lockdown.
Yes. So we had those very strict 21 days.
Very strict.
Well, I don't know what is more strict. If it was level 5 or level 4, we are still to understand that. But we have some leniency now. So some businesses are starting to open little by little. But we have something that for me, it's a first in my life, because I am Angolan born. I left Angola. I was 3 years old with the war. I mean, my brother, we were having this conversation the other day. He was holding me with his left arm, and he has the tickets on his right arm. And my mom was pushing us inside the airplane, and my father was already in Portugal waiting for us. And because it was the civil war that we had in Portugal, 75, when it was the fight against the dictator, and then all the colonies then became independent, and Angola was a colony of Portugal. So it was a very sad, very heavy energies event. But it's the first time that I actually on a, what do you call it in English? Curfew.
Curfew.
Do you know what a curfew is?
Well, I mean, all your rights are being curtailed. And I understand for the greater good, but to what extent does it become imposing upon you? Yeah.
So a curfew is, in South Africa, we are allowed to be outside. Well, we
For
are
exercise.
Outside of our homes from 6:00 in the morning till 9:00 in the morning to exercise or walk the dogs. And besides that, we need to come back home, work from home, do everything at home. And this even includes, I mean, on our estates, because we live, for security reasons, we live inside estates or condomínios fechados. And even our own gardens on our own estates, we are not allowed to be outside. So we are only allowed to go to the supermarket or to the doctor, or some of these trades they are now slowly opening, that the government is opening the economy to. So this 21 days have been,
It's actually 5 weeks.
yeah, five weeks have been really drastic for us. I mean, we have two little doggies, and can you just imagine an apartment? We can't even take the dogs outside. So it took a whole lot of strength. And then, like in my case, I'm a foreigner in South Africa. I have, besides my two daughters that are not currently living with me, I have no family here. I have a old 89-year-old mom in an old age home in Portugal, and I have my brother living all by himself in Lisbon. Lloyd, when all of these happened, you were about to travel, love?
Yeah, my brother-in-law had suddenly passed. I was supposed to get on a plane
Olá, Vera.
and visit my sister in Australia, and I was processing a visa application when everything ground to a halt. All the borders were shut. And looking forward, I'm not too sure how air travel is going to operate in the future. So there's still a lot of stress around that. Like, how are we going? How will I get to my sister in Australia, and when will I get to her? My brother-in-law passed in February, and I was, getting ready to depart on the 21st of March. My flight was, and all of that came to an abrupt end, and everything's lying in limbo now.
Yeah.
So when you look at how it impacts on relationships and families and friends and close contact, the fabric of how you survive and how you operate, it puts it under the spotlight. It brings it it brings it close to home when you can't visit your loved ones in duress. It really makes it difficult. Having communication over a social media platform is one thing, but it's another thing to actually be able to hug a human being and comfort them and show them your understanding of their grief, especially when it's blood.
Yes, and I would like now to catch up with all of you, so I can see that Rihanna's here, Maggie as well, Vera as well. So can you put a heart or a smiley face and just there on the comments, and just to say I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. That would be really cool. And we don't believe in coincidence. I myself don't believe in coincidence, and Lord and I, we are initiates of the sacred Indian tradition, and so in a way we are in touch more with energies, and we have already been given some learnings about how, and some tools on how to address things, and how to attend to things, and in a way we have stepped onto a awakening phase. But so many people, they didn't have that. And how are they coping? I mean, even if you are religious and you are used to go to church, and that has been taken from you, and maybe that was your community, or even your work. Maybe your community is your work, because you are so absorbed with work that has been your tribe. You understand, or your clients, or your friends, or your family. Imagine this. So I don't believe in coincidences, right? I'm alone in South Africa, right? And I've been beginning of March had been a really striking. I had a striking event in terms of family relationships with my daughters, actually. So I was not in a good space. And end of last year, so job changes, or all of that. So I'm stepping onto a new reality on professionally, and all of these starts. And Lloyd was to travel to Australia on the 21st of March. And on the 21st of March, he actually didn't have his visa processed on time. So we were going to have to postpone the ticket. Now imagine that he would have traveled to Australia. He would be now
And be stuck in Australia.
Stuck in Australia. I would be
alone
here. Would I be able to cope? So this past week, what came to my mind was, no, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have, because the sense of abandonment got too high. And even for someone that, like me, that has tools, that has learning, that has been given tools and has been practicing all over the years to manage this, as a practitioner and as an initiate for myself and for others, for me, it was overwhelming. So I would like to know what's been happening on your side. How these days have been taking, what has been like the highlight, in terms of relationships. It has been with the way that you relate now with your friends or with your family, or even inside your halls.
Your neighbors, how they've been, how have you gone introspectively and looked at this, and because obviously when you confine to close quarters, you start to look at what's important, what's not important, who is important, who's not important, what add value to your life, what doesn't add value to your life, and you start cutting out this superfluous, I'm allowed to say the word bullshit, from your life. And what makes you start realizing, what it is that you actually, what gives you fire, what gives you drive. I mean, even for me, for a couple of days, I kind of lost my drive. It was just, it gets too much. Yeah, having awareness of my emotions and how my vibration affects me and affects others. You can consciously make an effort to, I started, I'm a personal trainer, so you get back you start training again, start pushing yourself, getting your energy moving. A lot of people aren't in that position. So, they get stuck in front of a TV or, going through Facebook, as everyone does, which is not highly motivational sometimes. So you're dealing with a lot of negative energies, which you're bringing into your home. And it's difficult and overwhelming to always try and maintain a positive mindset. And you have to understand that being positive all the time is not, it's not possible. So you actually have to deal with, your negativity, that, you go through moments of depression and anxiety, but you pull yourself out of it.
Yeah, and it's very true. And we have here a comment from Vera, and Vera is watching us from Portugal. Hello, Vera, and thank you so much for being here. And Vera is saying that she actually talks to her family more during these times, and she makes a very, very important remark, which is that she says, we saw what's important, and that's exactly what I wanted to get, right? Because did this time allow us to go within and realize the importance, not to take things for granted. And relationships, yes, okay, you're my family, so what? You're my blood, you're always going to be there. Does it really happens like that? How have I been with my family? Have I been telling my family, that I love you? Is it easy for me to say I love you to start with? But am I showing that I really care? That am I saying you are important to me? And on another end is that are we during this time understanding from all of this global world and all of these relationships that we have, which relationships are really important to us? So which are the priority, which are the absolutely must relationships, or and are we now understanding that we have friends and we have acquaintances, and there are different forms of engagement, that not everybody needs to love us, and we also don't need to love everybody, but we need to be respectful, and we need to be courteous. And how easy is it for you to go on your community, on your neighborhood, and say that, hey, you know what, I don't speak with you for long, but by the way, how have you been?
Mm.
Or go to a family member and say that 11 minutes in the call. um and to tell that family member, we kind of don't speak for some time, like a cousin or so, and how you handle things, and how's your life, and I thought of you. Just saying that, hey, I just thought of you. How are you doing?
Tomorrow is Mother's Day in European countries, I believe. Yeah.
Portugal, yeah.
And the week thereafter, on the 10th of May, it's going to be Mother's Day here in South Africa. And obviously, a lot of people are estranged or separated at this time, which makes it very difficult for families to have that social interaction. And it seems that as we get into this, the discord that this current situation brings to everyone plays on our minds, because obviously you'd want to spend quality time visiting, or being able to have your important time with your family members, and not being able to do that is very, very, very awkward and depressing, really.
Yeah, but it's very difficult. But on my end, what these times are coming and bringing to me is about the importance of relationships, and broadening, opening, opening your mind, and go and look. Sometimes perfect strangers can become like really instrumental in your life, because maybe you are now working from home, and you are
We've all had to adapt somewhere.
and you had to adapt, and all of a sudden you are having to interact more with someone from your work, that when you were physically close to that person, you actually didn't take the time to see who that person was, or like, that person now maybe is working on a laptop and is wearing a gown, and I mean, you would never thought about, oh my
Really?
god, like, really, you know and then something just clicks. Hey, that's a person, that's a human being, right? True. I mean, when, like, people, I think that we are also coming more, as we are so vulnerable, we are not individually vulnerable. We are getting the perception that we are collectively vulnerable, that this was not our choice. This was taken from us. We look outside the window and we don't see a bomb dropping, or gas that's gonna immediately kill us. So it's not a visual threat. We look outside and nothing ever looked so peaceful as now. Yet,
But it's peacefully chaotic.
it's not. We are taken, right? So we are now at home and looking, maybe I'm just looking at my curtain and saying that, yeah, 21 days and you haven't taken them out, you could have done like some of that work. And I actually have not been so busy as I have been
Yeah.
these 5 weeks. I've entered a course to push myself onto this online thing, on pushing the business, getting global. And I found this tribe, this community. Now, I have never met these people. And the conversations don't stop from the morning.
They don't stop.
They don't stop. Okay? They don't stop. And every single person is so supportive of each other, of all of us. It's genuine reciprocity of people that they have one common goal, which is succeed. Get out of your comfort zone and deal with human beings, being vulnerable and saying, guys, I don't know. Guys, I'm lost. Guys, I need help. When last were you felt okay to do that in your work, saying that in the middle of your company, hey, I have a problem, I don't understand? No, most probably you would be so terrified that someone would come and look down at you. Oh, after all, he's not as strong. Oh, it's vulnerable. That you would think that you would value less, or you could even lose your job, right? Oh, thank you. Yes, I love you guys a lot, and it's overwhelming. And then another way is, now your loved ones. Let's go to the touchy part. You can see his face, right? Like, okay, like now this is like not my comfort zone. I don't like this. Okay, let's tap onto that. Right. So we all lovey-dovey, right? Because our relationship is a young relationship compared. I mean, we're not years and years together, and it has been a whole lot of.
But being thrust together, like as we have been in the last 5-6 weeks, normally you have your space where you're able to. I go to work. She goes to work. She does her thing. I do my thing. We come back together at night. Now it's a different story because now you're in each other's face 24 hours a day. And you're not going anywhere out of the room anytime soon. So it has brought to light certain stresses that we've had to obviously look at, and certain things we've come to realize about each other and how we relate with that, and are we able to cope with it, and are we able to overcome it. And we've done a pretty good job, really.
Yeah, well done. Yeah. Yeah.
We're still here.
We're still here. But there's nothing that is perfect, right? Like sometimes you can say that, oh, should we be training? And I'll look at him, sorry, go ahead. I have to study. Yeah. And I can see his face, right?
Yeah.
But, oh well, it is what it is. Another time, I would have said that, oh, okay, no, I have that commitment with you. We are going to train, right? And we would be doing that as long as it was like after 7 o'clock in the morning, because he says
she has no personality. Without coffee.
We need coffee. So we are on each other's faces. Now, it's very, and we don't have the choice. Okay, we have plenty of rooms in the apartment. That is not, So we have
touchy subject.
Yeah, so we can like just go and move to another room, but we are within the same walls. Now, we need to exercise care with each other. Maybe I'm having a totally gone day, and he comes and picks me up, right? Or he might also be having a cut day. Sorry, my French.
Has happened. And cut, for those that don't understand, means shit.
Yes. Exactly. So And what are we going to do? And then it takes us time, but we both click and we say that, you know what? We're not going, this is not going to go right. And we know better, and we need to use kindness.
Mm.
And maybe I don't feel like actually do nothing. I just want to be left alone. But it just clicks that I have the right to be loved, and I have the duty to love my partner.
Well, actually, there was a lot of pain. I mean, I had 2 days this week, where 2 or 3 days, where I just literally, it just got to me. It was very difficult to get out of bed, and I was just feeling really, demotivated and just not involved in myself, not involved with the world, not just, I felt completely and utterly disconnected. And Ines showed patience. She showed patience with me, which a lot of people, in circumstances, there was no flare up of, no words, just holding space and understanding and support in that way. You just know that you've just got to let someone go through that process of understanding, let them deal with it, let them, wallow in it. But at some point, I'm able to pull myself back out of it and refocus and re-energize. But a lot of people's patience are being tested right now. And that's a big lesson for everyone.
Yeah, and also I would say, we're not here to say what works and what doesn't work, or recommend anything in any way. We're here to learn with you guys as well. But when we have good, tested things that work, maybe it can be one approach. And let's just not forget that we are individuals. We are our own persons. And that's what attracted us in all our relationships, right? Like with our partners. We're not mirrors. We can even be soulmates. I mean, me and Lloyd, we almost as same person. I mean, look at this. Black and red.
Yeah.
No one thought about it. There's so many things. It's like we really like, and then like he can't bullshit me, right? Because he's my person, he's my own person, and I can't do the same to him because he sees me straight away because he's the same. And huh? But there was something that pulled us together. So if we are having like really bad moments, and I call out the ones of you that these days have been like looking at your partner and maybe thinking, is this going to work after this lockdown? Is Am I gonna stay in this relationship, or am I moving out of this relationship? Or have you realized that who is the I outside of this relationship, and do I want to be that person outside of the relationship? We've been having a lot of time to do that introspection, and I am sure, but I am sure that every single one of us during these times, we have that thought, either with our partner, with our children, with our job, with our neighbors, with our co-workers, with our friends. Some way or the other, we had thought, do I want to be in this person's life or in this energy with this person? Yes or no? And we went to a space that if I'm not here, will I be happy? Would I miss? How much do I want and how much I don't want? Just can you give me like something there on your side if you have thought about something like this? I'm trying to
And
work
there's a
with
lot
it.
of uncertainty now in the world. We ourselves, we don't even know when this is all going to come to an end. Some say 8 months. We're looking at this. Some are saying 2 years of some form of control or regulation with regards to social distancing and the wearing of masks. And it's just how people are going to process that. We all have our own stresses, and now on top of it, we are in a society where everyone is basically a suspect. It creates a very daunting, yeah, ideology in life, really.
Yeah, and we have this case here. So of yeah, well, my heart does go to you, and thank you so much for all of you that are in frontline jobs, and like really very thankful. And I can't like this. Like in your case, you can work from home, and then but your partner has to go out every day and come back. And how is it? How do you feel? Like, I mean, what is the order? What is the fear that with your loved ones something not as positive is going to come in? Because to allow your hubby back home, you have to allow everything that he brings with your partner brings with, but also with your partner, knowing that he has to go out, she okay, has to go out, and then when coming back, it might be the cause of bringing these unseen
Enemy.
enemy to inside your safe haven, which is your home, which is it's the core of all of us, right? So it's it really takes us to a place that how much do we care, and how far are we willing to go, for those that we care.
I just hope most of you are grounding yourselves well, maintaining some form of mental, either form of exercise or mental awareness, and some form of meditation, just to keep yourself centered, grounded, in your energies, balanced, because we're living in a time of extremes now, and the emotions are a roller coaster. So it's very important that you practice some form, even where you take an hour of your time a day and just spend by yourself, either reading a book, or you've got a lot of time for that now, but where you focus on who you are, how you are, and where you are, and what you want to do, and where you're going. This journey right now is it's hectic.
Yeah, and I would I would say that the best tool is just to ground in love, right? And there are many forms of love. It can be love for your profession. It can be love for baking, or reading, or makeup. And for those of you that are really good with your hands, like maybe do your hair, or writing a book, or but just something that it's loving. If you have a garden, if it is exercise, if it is breathing exercises, or just hold on to something that you love, that you're passionate about, because that will be that's your core, right? That's besides Lloyd, or Inesh, or Veda, or Rian, or Anna, or it's beyond. It's the essence in us, right? It's our core. So if we are able to do that journey to whatever this energy is that we have inside of us, and is our movement and our fire, or is our passion, which is our love, and something that we know that I do this really well, uh, or this is my gift. I have the gift of of doing this, or I really this I love doing this because it brings me this calm or
Happiness.
happiness, you know.
Happiness and joy,
Yeah,
bliss.
grab that. It can be a silly thing, doesn't matter what it is, but just hold on to it, because by doing that you're tapping into yourself, into your own power, into your own energy. That's what in energy we say, sitting in your own power, right? So you become stronger when those lower waves or lower vibrations hit you, because they hit us all one part of the day or another day. Okay, you are ready, you are more built up. It's like your immune system is boosted because you are expecting it, right? So all of this lockdown, all of this, you can go on. This is just an economic threat to for the world to write off debt. We can say that it's to roll out 5G. We can say that it's a biological war. Blah 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 blah. Important reason, factual. You know, the only thing that it's real is that it's beside yourself. You cannot control it. You have no power. So the sooner you make peace with it, the sooner you say that I cannot change this. This is where I am, and
Yeah.
I am.
Mhm.
I am, and you go to that inside of you, if you are, and you go and you grasp, okay, hello, myself. What do I love to do? Okay, I'm doing it. I'm going to a good place. I'm going with a good place. Oh, what about that person? I don't pick up the call, the phone, or message, or email, or whatever. Let me just check. Or actually, you know what? This person, I gave too much of energy to this person, and go. You don't belong to my life. I don't have more energy to give to you, because the energy that I'm spending with you, I actually need to give it to someone that it's really important for me. Good. How positive was that you were able to even to say no, right? No, this not doesn't serve me anymore. Okay, great. Okay, like Vera, you can't control that. Your partner has to go out because you have line jobs, and he has to come. Okay, you can't control it, right? But there is something that you can do, which is to cut the fear, right? And say that, thank you so much, because I honor you that you have to do this, and this is what you love to do, or this is what you have to do, and you carry on doing it for us, for the family, for keeping the thread, for keeping the balance, for keeping the family grounded, and then reciprocate that, give the man a bells or whatever, glass of wine. Hey, let's celebrate, because you're really special, and let's say that, um I think that's those are great messages. I'm going to give you an example. I love my dog so much. Now, I have two miniature Doberman. Where are they?
Outside.
So no, they're there. They like getting the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we couldn't take them out, not even to our own garden. And my thought was that how I'm going to do this, and was I going to put myself in danger of being arrested to take my dogs, out for a wee?
Mhm.
Yeah, you know, like with the mask and the phone, and if I'm arrested, I'm just being arrested. you, you can,
Yeah.
and then you start thinking, do you really want to go to that end? What's going to happen? And then the other thoughts that I have my mom. She has dementia, and she's in an old age home, and that's the only thing that she takes is a pill to sleep and a medication, for Alzheimer. And she's totally oblivious to this. She's happy. She's fed. She's comfortable. She's happy. How blessed am I for my mom not to suffer, not to have to deal with this, right? So I said, I give thanks to those people that carry on working at the old age home to keeping her safe, and for my mom to have no conscience about what is happening, right? Then I think about my daughters that they took that decision. They're doing their own lives, and I think that, what, I hope they are, yeah, they are safe, and they are happy, and and we love each other. But and I have my partner, and we are putting a business together, and we're thinking outside of the box, and we are not allowing fear. And how many people are actually inside walls where they don't feel safe with their partners, or children that are not safe. And that's where I concentrate. I'm concentrating all my energy, besides what is our work and our priorities, is actually to those people that I don't know, that I've never met, but all of those that don't have a choice of being safe.
Yeah. We hope that you at least have one item that make sure your life functions. With me, it's training. If I continue to train, then my life seems to evolve, keep running. And as Anesh said, just keep showing yourself love that you need and require at this time. But give yourself that love, because that love will flow into the surrounds.
Yeah. So as part of our of this journey, the 11:11, let the journey begin. We all have 24 hours in a day, right? So it is possible. So this week I went to I registered with I joined some groups, some healing groups, and some free healing groups, and I put out there that I'm gonna give to this group as a contribution one healing session, but it would be for the moderator of that group to actually give that gift to a member, that moderator understands that it's in need, because I'm not a therapist, all right? I'm a facilitator. I channel. Call it. I'm an energy worker, but I'm not a therapist, right? I'm a shaman, yes, and I have a gift. So I put myself, that's the gift that I give to others, is that, so I'm putting it out there to you as well, because if you came to be in this discussion, and it would really, and thank you for all of you that puts your comments, but if it at any time you understand that you would that it would make sense for you and me to have a one-on-one conversation, on healing, on getting you to a better place, please go ahead. And you also move energies with your training.
Yeah.
I mean, you put out there a video.
Well, once a week we put out our daily wellness practice video. So I'm adapting to the new online surge that's happening globally, because everyone's doing you have to keep the wheels turning. So I've been doing daily wellness practice videos every Sunday. Monday it gets posted. So keeps me active, keeps me busy. Learning new skills. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so from tomorrow you can
tomorrow.
so from tomorrow you can go here to the page, and then you can access Lloyd's video or what the tips that he gives on physical training for the week. So, guys, I think that this was a great conversation. Thank you so much, and it allowed us to come out of the box.
Kind of introduce ourselves as we get into this.
Yes.
You get a little bit more understanding of who we are and what we're about. So, thank you.
Yes, about telling our story and what is this all about. It's the 11:11, and let the journey begin. So basically, what we are going to do in the future. So there is some days where we promote these talks, and other days that we give tips on either the exercises, physical exercises, or more energy work or meditations as well. Like last week, I had 7 consecutive day at the same time meditation. So around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you will get a post of what the meditation for the night is going to be. Now, this coming week, I'm not going to have any meditations. So I am just opening for people that want. They are on our page and they are joining. Oh, by the way, there is a group in the page that it's the spiritual and holistic healing, right? So any of you that want to have receive techniques of breathing, of meditating, or channeling, or any energy work, or tips, ebooks. I will put a lot of content there. So it's just starting now. So come into the group. In the group, you will to join the group. You will have to be accepted. I'm sorry for that, but we need to protect you all. And so there will be a couple of questions, that you're going to have to answer in order to be accepted. And then you can access a whole lot of content from there. So just watch this space. We are growing. We hope to grow with you as well. And thank you so much. We will then start some courses as well. So just be with us and share, please. I would love to hear from you. And to all of you, thank you so much for being here. I don't know if there's any question or topic that just to finish it up that you would like to bring here. Thank you, everybody. We're going to close this channel now.
Yeah.
And
keep safe, everyone.
Yes, and watch this space. Keep your eyes going for what we're going to post from now here. And have a great weekend.
Catch you next week.
Yes, fantastic. 11:11.
Let the journey begin.
Bye. Much love and light.